And we started today off on the drier side. Plenty of clouds here in central Missouri, but pretty soon going to be changing. Keeping those clouds, but down to the southwest towards Springfield, tracking more showers and storms moving back into central Missouri. Now, thankfully, these showers and storms not going to be on the severe side, going to be pretty tame. But these storms start to pull off to the northeast by about 3 p.m., becoming a little bit more widespread here in central Missouri. Then these scattered showers, I'm going to change that. It updated and it screwed me up. I hate when it does that. I just got to line up all my boxes again when it does that. Otherwise, people are going to have to pause their web weather to read what I'm saying. Alrighty. There we go. Literally did it 5 minutes ago. Okay. And we've seen a drier morning this morning, but we're going to be tracking more rain moving in from southwestern Missouri. We're tracking some showers and storms with this system, but thankfully going to be on the lighter side just to the southwest of Camdenton at the moment, going to be entering Benton County in the next several hours. And by 1 p.m., still kind of tame down there into the western part of the viewing area. Starts to move up to the northeast, becoming a little bit more widespread by the afternoon hours. And then tonight, pretty much everybody getting a taste of the rain, going to see some lightning, hear some thunder, but nothing really too much, just going to see some heavy downpours at time. Now, this will be sticking with us until Thursday morning, so as you're heading out the door for work or school, going to be a wetter commute. Take your time on those roadways just because we're seeing plenty of saturation here in central Missouri. Now, the system continues to travel to the northeast. We get that warm front posted up over central Missouri tomorrow afternoon. That's going to provide a little bit of relief and dry time, but down to the southwest, tracking a cold front incoming, going to bring some stronger storms back towards central Missouri tomorrow afternoon into early evening hours. Going to be sticking with us into the morning hours, going to see some light precipitation, but that starts to pull out in the afternoon hours, looking a little bit more dry. Now, looking at the severe risk as we head off into Thursday, going to be a level 1 out of 5 for this system. Actually saw a downgrade in the last several days. Looked a little bit stronger, but thankfully that early morning rain going to take a lot of the energy back out of the atmosphere. So, not really looking at too much in terms of severe. Biggest impact probably going to be possible damaging winds at times, but going to be pretty isolated with the system. Now, as we start to head off, we've seen a lot of rain, like I said, very saturated ground, so that flooding threat going to be on the increase, slight risk. Probability of rainfall going to be pretty much 25 miles, seeing flash flood. That's what that 15% represents, so going to see greater chances of some flash flooding as we head off into tomorrow and tomorrow night. Now, by Friday morning, could see up to 1.5 inches of rain here in Columbia. Down to the southwest, could be over 2 inches. So, you have some creeks in your area, might want to avoid those roadways just because sometimes it gets a little bit higher, especially this time of the year with all the rainfall we've seen. Now, thankfully, with all this rain, there is a bright side. We're looking at a drier weekend ahead, usually averaging out around 72 degrees for that high, but we start to head off into Sunday. Look at that, 80 degrees, putting us 8 degrees over that average. Then, pretty much staying into the 80s as we head off into next week. And those heat indexes going to continue to climb back into the 90s for the first time in a long time here in central Missouri. So getting a little bit closer to pool weather as we start to head off into next week. Now, we are tracking more chances of some showers and storms, but thankfully looking a little bit more isolated, not as widespread as what we've been seeing. So there is a little bit of relief on the way ahead.